Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, welcome to Game Club. This is the inaugural episode of Game Club, a video podcast thing where we take a game every month and at least two of your favourite chuckleheads will play through the game, discuss it. So, I am joined by a full house today. Whoop whoop. Hans Davis, how are you?
Yeah, feeling fine and grabbing some jine.
Okay. Alex Proudfoot, what is up?
This guy.
Of course. Ah Wai Chung, what's the crack?
Yeah, mate. The crack's good.
I heard that too, mate.
It's the thing that runs down the middle of your butt.
This is
mate.
a disaster. So yes, as I said, Game Club is going to be hopefully a new monthly feature on Bash Bros where we take a game, kind of do a review discussion type thing for a game. Can be any game. We'll pick a game every month. At the end of this episode, Alex will reveal our next game. However, this month I choose the game because this is my goddamn show, and this game is Mass Effect, the original Mass Effect. Originally released in November 2006, a timed Xbox 360 exclusive for the first 6 months, then it released on Windows, and finally released on PlayStation 3 in 2012. So there you go.
That's a long time.
It only took those 6 years.
I'm pretty sure that is after Mass Effect 3 came out.
Brenda, don't. That would be more fun.
We don't have time to deal with this idiot. Charge!
I like your attitude.
So, first thing I want to talk about before we get into the actual game itself. I know the four of us kind of have, well, three of us have similar experiences. One of us has a very different experience of what is our feelings on Mass Effect before even going into this. So I know myself, Hans, and Alex all played this game when it came out, or around when it came out, and on the 360, I believe. However, IY, you did not play this. You've never played Mass Effect before we decided to do the Game Club. Am I correct?
I lost my mass virginity just a month ago. Right.
Whoa.
Right. And all came at once. Right.
Whoa. That happens on your first time, don't worry.
Yeah.
Right. So for me, it was quite the experience.
Yep. And am I correct in saying Hans, Alex, and myself, we all played this around when it came out, around the launch of the 360, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, first time around, yeah.
My first discussion point that I have here is Mass Effect obviously released 2006 originally. How does it hold up today, 10 years later? Feels weird saying that when it's only 2006. 10 years ago.
You mean...
Like, I mean just in terms of gameplay systems, in terms of how it actually plays, how it actually looks. Because obviously the beginning of that, the console generation, the HD console generation, as a lot of people would call it. How does this look? How does it play? Does it feel like a 10-year-old game, essentially?
They hid the loading screens behind elevators. Like, come on. I'd rather have a loading screen.
We have, choke points in games have come a long way from this. Normally in a game, you're walking down, say an open world game, if they're loading things, they hide it behind, say, a couple of cliffs or something, or, behind a row of buildings you can't see past. But, the choke points in this were, so obvious, which was the elevators that go on for, it's not even, a short elevator trip, it's a legit, good minute and a half of absolute bullshit.
You get sick elevator banter, guys.
Do you know what the best part is? The banter doesn't even last as long as the elevator.
No, it really doesn't. That's really disappointing.
A line from each of your companions and that's it.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I got 1 point of elevator banter between two guys, and it's 2 lines each. It should have been if there was actually a point where like there was like actual like character interaction, like you remember like in Dragon Age where if you walk past certain points that was a trigger for your like companions to have a proper
Yeah,
conversation.
like Morgan and Alpha.
Have
and all
that in the elevator because it would have at least killed more time. Every time I saw an elevator, I actually got a sense of dread. Like I really just like, oh please God, not again. No, I can't do this.
My
Like, it's
issue
just-
kind of is, well, just to go back to the elevator point, is I feel like some modern games still don't hide this stuff very well. Though, like The Division, for example, going into like your hub of operations, your character is forced to walk through a hallway as it loads in the next area. It can be really jarring, but I don't feel like I feel Mass Effect does have this issue, but I also feel it's not an issue that a lot of recent games have solved. Like even a lot of like Last of Us does a lot of it where it forces you to start doing the walk and talk as it tries and loads in the next area before you get there.
But at least the walk and talk though, it's interesting. That's the trick, is like making it interesting instead of just like a loading screen. Like loading screens are good for tips and tricks and all that crap, but like at least there's like you need something that keeps it interesting. You need something that keeps you. If you are sitting there thinking, God, this is taking forever, then the choke point or loading screen is not doing its job. Like it needs to be engaging in some way.
Yeah.
Okay, so we can conclude that elevators suck, right?
Elevators
but,
do
Yes.
suck.
but do you know what also really sucks, guys? Right? That leads to the elevator? Shepard's lack of enthusiasm for the task. He walks everywhere.
I knew you were going to say that, because the first thing I asked me is there a sprint button in this game?
Yeah.
There's a zoom on his shoulder button.
I do find it funny that they give the idea that you're sprinting, but you're not actually
All
sprinting.
it does is zoom in closer.
Yeah, I love the combat in Mass Effect purely because I got the sprint. Not for very long. Like Shepard's like like you Hans back in the day. You're short distance sprinter, right? You know that's that's
God,
Shepard right there, right? But
Back in my prime.
Look, man, he has to carry armor. He carries 4 guns. He's carrying his entire team because they suck.
Man,
It's a hard work.
all you need to do is take ours, and you instantly finish the game.
So before we kind of get into the characters, we'll go back to kind of more mechanical things. So the combat, as I briefly mentioned, how does it hold up? It is kind of your standard third-person shooter, but you've got the added element of multiple weapons and all your technological or biotic powers. So personally, I think the combat still kind of holds up pretty well. It is kind of your standard third-person shooter. There's nothing majorly different about it from the likes of your Gears of War or whatever. But it's like it still feels pretty, like it holds up, I thought.
The thing that I realized, it made me realize, is that you can't just have a third-person shooter. Even back in those days, you couldn't just have a third-person shooter anymore.
Yeah.
Like BioWare did a good job of incorporating powers and systems, and the tech systems and the biotic systems, like the RPG elements, to the third-person shooter system. Like every third-person shooter now needs a hook. Gears of War were fine because it was the first time ever really third-person
But
shooting was
I
really
feel
done.
like Gears of War kind of gets a pass because it does it so well, which is why other games coming forward kind of had to start innovating on it. Like Gears of
But
War
even if you think
nailed
of the later
third-person
Gears,
shooter.
even if you think of the later Gears of War, like they're not well received because they weren't as well received. The first one was fantastic because it was new and different, because it was the first of the 360. But you think of I don't know, say The Division as a third-person shooter, and it's just third-person. It's linear, and the thing is like there's nothing to it. Like it's just third-person shooting on like a very flat playing field, popping up and down and get it whenever it's free to shoot the next person. Whereas that is just third-person shooting. You need something on top of that, whether it's Uncharted and it's got good verticality to the level where you can swing off of a cliff down onto a lower level, and it's got the punching or the melee combat to it. Whereas this, the extra hook to it is the role-playing things that it adds, and it's really, really good. It really makes it hasn't changed a lot through the entire trilogy, but it does still hold up very, very well.
Yeah, I'd agree. I think the combat is actually very good. Even as someone who didn't play it back then, I think it's actually very good. The only issue I had with it was I didn't feel like the guns were very weighty. Right, so what I felt though was that it was just a numbers game, and so I purposely gave, because I thought, I'm gonna go in, I'm a soldier, I'm gonna go in assault rifle, I'm gonna gun people down. But what I actually found later on in the game was that this doesn't feel great, so I'm gonna equip a shotgun, I'm going to run up to this guy's face, but I'm also going to equip the Weapon Force mod, so that whenever I hit someone with the shotgun, they actually go down. And that actually felt really good, but I don't think I should have had to do that. I see why the game is like that, but, you know, for me, nowadays, you know, if I shoot someone in the face, I want them to feel it, you know.
It is, like, I do feel like the shotgun is kind of not the best weapon, but it is the
No, it's not
best
best.
feeling
It's not
weapon.
bad.
The best feeling weapon.
Yeah.
Like, you feel like you're actually getting some feedback from it.
Every shooter needs the shotgun test, whether it's first person or third person. The shotgun test is the way to do it. Whether or not the shotgun makes you physically erect, whenever you fire it.
Yo, dog, I'll tell you.
Whatever you got it.
Disclaimer: I didn't feel like that, right? Whenever
Your dog.
Like that's because Mass Effect feels the shotgun test though. It's good, but it's shotguns.
Yeah, but
you think
It's
of
a
any
semi
good
shot.
shotgun-
You get a semi chub with that shotgun.
I didn't even get a quarter chub. All right, I was
God,
just
no,
like
that's-
I was flaccid anytime I used that shotgun. All right.
Look, if you
That's
want
the thing,
shotguns, I'm gonna tell you about this game called Doom, and there's 2 shotguns in that game, both of which are the best shotguns ever.
Did you get erect? Did they make you erect?
They made me so erect I burst out of my pants.
Boom. See, that's a good shotgun. That's
I was
what
like,
you
Dick,
need.
get out of the way. I need to play Doom.
Do you know what the combat taught me? It taught me
That
that
you're-
I reload too much.
Yes, I did that far too much as well.
Because the key bindings on the keyboard is R is grenade for some reason. So obviously when I was playing it first, obviously you don't need to reload because it's a heat system. Run around, fired a shot out of my sniper rifle. I thought, better reload, threw a grenade. So
The same thing happens to me in Doom because there's no reloading that. It just changes like the type of weapon mod you have, and you're just like, all right, I fired a couple of shots. I'll instinctively reload, and you're like, no,
So-
I don't reload in this game.
I blame the Call of Duty franchise for that.
But that actually is not my issue with the grenades. But I do have an issue with the grenades. So, if you're playing the game, also just as a thing, no controller support. What the
Yeah.
fuck is that about?
It's
Yeah.
early PC port.
But even none of the Mass Effects for PC have controller support.
Yeah, and that's atrocious considering
Yeah.
they started on
Yeah,
360.
it's ridiculous.
But yeah, so my issue with it is, so if you looked at your ammo or your HUD on the bottom left hand side, your med packs were on the top.
Yep.
Or your med pack counter was on the top, and then your grenade counter was on the bottom.
Mhm.
But on your keyboard, it's reversed. So your R button is to throw the grenade, and then your F button is your med pack. So I kept going, oh shit, I'm about to die. I'll heal myself, and so I chucked a grenade instead. And I'm like, oh great. Or like other times I'd be like, oh fuck. I'm like, oh fuck, you know, maybe that's a really heavy enemy. I better kill this guy. And then I heal myself, even though I didn't need healed. I'm like, oh motherfucker. And then I get wiped out.
We never talked about the game graphically.
I think certain areas still hold up pretty nicely, but I think some
the whole
areas.
game holds up pretty well.
I think some of the textures do going back look very muddy.
Yeah,
Like a lot of there's not a lot of fidelity in like some of the armor textures and stuff. I thought, but I think faces and like animations like that, and a lot of the animations I think look still pretty good.
The one thing about armor was it seemed to be from like the chest down, like
Yeah.
up, like your chest all looked great, but then the minute you went further down in the chest, it did seem to go, almost looked like it was painted on.
Yeah,
Um,
but I also think a lot of the scenery as well still like a lot of the actual like how the places look still looks pretty awesome as well. You get a lot of nice like panning shots across like there's the area of the citadel where like there's literally just a wall length window. And like you can see like out across like all the other areas of the citadel in it, and it still looks pretty awesome.
one thing I love, actually, just touching about, you said scenery there, the Mako.
Fuck.
That was one of the things that people really didn't like. That was one of the things people like criticized about the first Mass Effect the most. But I enjoyed it because it was the only time you actually got to see the planets as actual different planets.
Yeah. Instead of being inside like a space station type thing.
Yeah, like in a space station, or like maybe it's either the only planets that aren't like that are the human planets, like
I feel like Ilos
Eden Prime.
was pretty decent about that.
It's in a rune. It's in like a rune or a ruin sort of thing. Yeah, but like out of like what the 7 planets you visit, the 3 that you get to spend a lot of time on the outdoors is Eden Prime, which is a human colony, Vermar, which is like a big beach.
Yeah.
And then Ilos, which is okay, it looks like a ruins, which is the most different one. But like that's the one thing I did like about the Mako gameplay was you could actually see the different planets as they were.
I'd actually be in the camp of I hated the driving bits because it looked terrible. Actually,
I thought it just did not control well. You tried
But
to turn
again,
very
we're using
slightly and you
keyboard
would just wing away.
Keyboard and mouse though probably might have a
But
little bit to
even
do
on
with
the
that.
Xbox, that did not control well.
Yeah, it was a bit funny. So was the way controlled.
It's far like the turning. If just the turning was less sensitive, I feel it would be so much better.
It'll be interesting to see what they do to it, what they do to the Mako sections and Andromeda to make it
since they have
more
confirmed.
bearable.
Yeah, it is coming back.
Yeah, it is.
Load of horse crap, ma'am. We will need to confirm that. Also, I must advise you that firearms are not permitted on Novaria. Sergeant Sterling, secure their weapons.
So, as we're heading towards that direction, I will bring up now the characters and the story and the writing side of how it holds up. There's one character first that we need to bring mention to.
You bring up Rex.
No. And shout out to Andy for pointing this out.
Oh.
But I disagree. Garrus is shit.
No, he's not. Now, you
Garrus
shut
is
up.
shit, Alex.
Nick,
Deal with it.
Nick, how can you play a Mass Effect game and say that? Garrus is MVP. No matter what game you play, Garrus MVP. He carries.
He is a goody two shoes little
Nah,
bitch
he's not.
who's a problem
He
with
is.
authority.
Actually, if you play as a villain or as a renegade, he's really not a goody two shoes. He's like, fuck yeah, this is amazing.
Yeah.
Breaking the rules and shit.
I took him with me on all of my escapades of killing mass platoons of aliens. And I was all like, yep, I'm okay with this. You work away, Shepard.
Alex, I got one social media thing for you. Hashtag fuck Garrus.
Nah, mate. Nah.
Why hashtag?
Hashtag fuck Garrus.
There are actually websites on the internet dedicated to people fucking Garrus.
Yeah.
Mass Effect Port is very popular.
I'm sure it is.
In terms of characters, my favorite character was Ah Wai.
Wait, what?
Ah Wai.
What? It was me? What?
I made my shepherd look like Ah Wai.
Oh
What?
my god.
Wait.
So guess what? So this entire video, right? It's going to be obviously clips from my playthrough, and it's just going to be Ah Wai.
If I remember correctly, that character editor looks really shit. So I'm not looking
Yeah,
forward.
If you go out, if you do anything except the
Default.
stereotypical Commander Shepard, yeah, it looks like absolute crap.
Oh, it's good to know. It's good to know. It's good to know what you think of me, Hans. Oh,
I mean, you look great. But yeah, so my entire and needless to say, I made him renegade because IY is a bit of a dick.
Yep.
So
hey guys,
That's-
I was pretty Paragon on my playthrough.
Yeah,
Can
I
I
think
just
you were the only
assume-
one that was Paragon.
Yeah, can I just assume that one, you were Paragon, but Hans and Alex were Renegade?
renegade.
Can I also assume that you were all male shepherds?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I was IY, so yeah.
I was FemShep because Jennifer Hale is amazing as FemShep.
Oh,
I'd be just-
Her voice acting is so much better than whoever does the male act.
yeah, but
Shepherd.
God, it's so good. She delivers the Renegade lines so perfectly in just the bitchiest tone.
All you need to know is that I'm giving you an order to fall in line.
So that's it. All this time, and that's all I get from you.
Just while we're on characters and stuff, the story, right? Can I pitch a theory to you guys?
A theory.
A theory. The
Yeah.
BioWare first game theory. Right?
Oh, good, because I just have a BioWare game theory as well.
Their stories are all the fucking same. Right? And this is no joke, okay? So, create a character. You've got your Shepherd, you've got your Warden, and you've got your... Sorry, this is in terms of... We'll do it in terms of Dragon Age, KOTOR, Knights of the Old Republic, and Mass Effect, okay? So you've got Shepherd created, your Warden created, and then you've got your... What do they call the guy in KOTOR?
I'm pretty sure it's just Jedi.
Okay, your Jedi guy before he's a Jedi, right? Okay, boom, all done, right? All have combat training of some. Shepard's a soldier. Your Warden guy is obviously changes, but for some reason he can always hold a weapon because of Dragon Age Origins. And then you're a soldier also on, or scoundrel or whatever, on KOTOR, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then you are tasked to join an elite group of people. Jedis in KOTOR, the Wardens in Dragon Age, the Spectres in Mass Effect.
Yep.
To fight an evil oncoming thing. Sith in KOTOR, the Darkspawn in Dragon Age, and then the Reapers in Mass Effect.
Well,
and you can bang people.
I feel
Boom.
like Mass Effect gets a bit of a pass there since the Reapers aren't the immediate threat until the end of the game.
I suppose, but it's still an oncoming thing. There's always that sense of something looming.
I would say the Geth are probably a better analogy since they're kind of like this. Kind of assume this is the first time they're coming out of their own space.
There's always a traitor, as well. Bastila, KOTOR, Loghain, Dragon Age, and then
Saren.
Saren in Mass Effect. They're all the exact fucking same story. It's not even a joke. It's all the same. It's only after the first game that they actually start to like diversify a bit. But it's uncanny. Like it's the same game.
But regardless of it being the same game, I do think the story of Mass Effect is actually still really good. It does kind of fall into a lot of your space opera tropes. Space racism, obviously, as in any game where there's multiple races.
Spacism.
Yeah, space racism.
But I liked how everyone, because usually it's like humans are kind of just racist, but I like how everyone doesn't like humans in this one.
Like
I like
humans
that.
are kind of the dicks in this one.
Like the humans is like I assume it's because like we're not as techy as them. We're late to the show.
Yeah, we're like the youngest of the spacefaring races.
Yeah. So it's.
I also feel like more than probably any other BioWare game, you're thrust into a world here that has a lot of history. That they do make immediately apparent, or not immediately apparent, but apparent throughout the game. Like the Krogan Wars are are mentioned a lot, or the Genophage anyway. It's mentioned a lot. The Arachne Wars play a big part. The First Contact War of the humans plays a big part, and I feel like it's something you don't really get in Dragon Age and in KOTOR, where you're it's your story. In Mass Effect, I feel like you are slotting into a bigger story of the galaxy.
You said, Nick, that you are thrust into this story.
Oh, I know. I can tell where this is going.
I have a question. Who did you just bang?
Liara. Because goddamn sexy lesbian alien action.
Speaking of thrusting, who did you guys bang? So Nick, you've got Liara, Iwai.
My shotgun. I mean,
Damn right, just gets me.
Man,
so
imagine
excited.
if you accidentally pulled the trigger.
that's why Nick,
Blew your dick straight off.
Nick, please, safe sex, please. All right. You unload that
I
thing.
put the safety on.
As I was playing as Iwai, of course, and Iwai is just such a massive racist, I banged Ashley Williams. So.
Oh, that.
Oh
let's
my
let's,
God,
let's
you
talk
did
about
what?
Ashley.
Oh,
Right?
so this leads us on to the next question.
Right.
then.
That's
Who did you sacrifice?
Ashley.
Ashley.
Spoilers, by the way. In case you didn't realize that this would be full of spoilers.
Wait, you sacrificed
We
Ashley?
sacrificed Ashley.
Yeah!
We both did, yeah.
Fuck that!
Oh, did
Caden
you-
sucks!
Well, wait. So
Yeah,
wait,
Caden has as much
Well, you know what?
charisma as a plank of wood.
At least he's not a dick.
He's got no personality. He can't be a dick.
That's fine. If
Yeah,
he's got no
yeah.
personality, he can just sit quietly in the corner and obey my orders, right? That's what he can do.
I'm sensing a divide here between the Davis bloodline and you two. You killed Ashley.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I
Why?
was excited and I was happy. And
Yeah,
Because
I,
she's-
Killing
because she's
actually got me
racist.
physically erect.
yeah. I made sure to remove her out of my team whenever I got the chance, and then
Yeah, I
whenever I
did
saw
the
that
exact
choice
same
come up, I was like, this could mean something. Let's send
think-
Ashley away.
I think both of us did it at the exact same time, and we both were so happy that we both got to kill Ashley.
Oh yeah, like literally all her conversations are here. Look, I don't know, but these alien people here, and I'm like, shut the fuck up.
Aliens hate humanity. Why can't we hate them?
It's the right choice, and you know it, Ash.
Stay alive. I'll be coming to get you too, Caden.
I think we both know that's not gonna happen, Commander.
We will quickly, we'll probably not spend a lot of time talking about them. We will quickly actually run through all the decisions here, so we can get an idea of how everyone's game panned out. So, the other choices. So, the Arachne Queen, I killed her.
I killed her.
Hans?
I'm pretty sure that's obvious, like.
Yeah. Hans?
I killed her because I was playing Renegade. Sure.
Oh,
I kept her alive so that because the way I look at No. The way I look at it, right, is that I'm not gonna be around from whenever the shit hits the fan.
I'm getting the fuck out of Dawes.
So in the end, like, what the decision I make there probably won't matter.
So the next choice is kind of Rex. You have the option to kill him, to pacify him, or murder his ass.
I love the
On
choices
Vermeer.
in that list.
It's very good. I think this is actually probably one of the best bits in the game. Because you genuinely feel that Rex has a reason to hate you right now. Like,
Yeah, like it's
Yeah.
well done. Like, but the thing is, like, he doesn't. The thing is, he doesn't even hate you though. It's like, he's getting like he's got to choose between his species, his people, and like his loyalty to you. And like, it's a big choice, and it's even in the later games when it's touched upon again, it's still really, really good. But no, definitely, I kept him alive because I thought he was a valuable asset.
I too kept him alive.
I kept him. Well, I mean, he's in my party. I have to keep him alive.
Yeah, I persuaded him and talked him down.
Yep.
I used the renegade to talk him down.
Yeah, I think as long as you're good enough high enough in either, you can talk him down. So
Yeah.
the next choice, the next choices are like kind of the very end of the game. So saving the council, you can either send the Normandy to help the flagship, or send the Normandy to attack Sovereign. I attack Sovereign.
Let me tell you this, Nick. Throughout my entire run of Mass Effect, I don't think I was nice to the council once.
See, did you do the really fun thing of phoning them and then immediately disconnecting?
No, I didn't. I didn't immediately disconnect them.
No, I would always immediately disconnect.
What I did was I would have a wee bit of back and forth, and then when I said something that I didn't particularly like, I would disconnect. And then if they mentioned to disconnect in the next phone call, I would disconnect. And then if they mentioned not disconnect in the next phone call, I would disconnect. So yeah,
I mean, you don't get good cell reception out in space.
Yeah,
No, you don't
it's
at all.
tough. Iwa.
I sat and thought about the choice there, right? And then I clicked the middle option, which that's the option for focus everything on Sovereign, aka sacrifice the council. I didn't actually, because at the end of the day, Sovereign will either kill us all now, saving the council might not work, or the council ship might manage to get out on its own. Who knows? But Sovereign's gonna kill us right now, so we're gonna do that. Although, as a video game, I didn't actually think of it as a video game at the time, but at the end of the day, I guess Sovereign had to lose.
Yeah.
So I guess clicking that option was kind of weird from that standpoint, but it was good that it made me think about that choice.
I remember the first time I actually played Mass Effect, I didn't realize this was a choice. Maybe I was just like going through the dialogue too quickly, but I didn't actually realize I was making a choice. Because I was just instinctively like, renegade. And like, oh, the council died? When the fuck did this happen?
just blinded by bloodthirst and
Just like, I gotta deal with this right now. So, and then the final thing is, obviously it doesn't really matter if you save
What did Hans do?
Oh, sorry, Hans.
I actually didn't get that far because my game had some graphical issues. At certain points in the game, it was Novaria and Ilos.
Is it the same things I had?
My characters turned into big black blobs of pixels.
Yep. I had that.
Did all four of us have this?
No,
I didn't.
I think I briefly got it, but not as to the I didn't notice it as bad as you guys did.
No,
I'd like check for issues, and all the hints and tips and stuff all said, just play through it. There's no way to really fix it. Just play through it, and it's only in really certain points. So it happened in Novaria, and I played through, and after a while it corrected itself. But then I hit Ilos again, which is just before you go back to the Citadel, and I was like, you know what? No, fuck this. I cannot be bothered playing through another fucking section where I can just shoot at black blobs. So I actually never got to the end game.
So the final choice then for Alex and IOI, who did you send to the council? Was it Udina or Keith David?
I picked the captain dude.
Yeah, Captain Anderson.
Captain
Keith David.
Because he punched Udina in the face, so it's like...
Yeah, he did!
Like, fuck yeah!
And don't forget, we're at war, guys. We need someone who's experienced at war.
Yeah, that's some
Maybe
good
just
bullshitting
fuck
right there.
Udina, he sucks. Hashtag fuck Udina, he sucks.
Yeah.
How many hashtags are you going to try to get trend over this?
Look,
fucking
Hans. Hashtags. They're the future.
Hashtag.
So, as I said, I have one big question that I want answered. In
Will you
2016,
marry me?
as it stands today, is the original Mass Effect worth going back to? Because, honestly, I don't think so. I think, unless you are super dedicated about knowing the entire story of Mass Effect, I think Mass Effect 2 is a better game in every single fucking way. And you do not need to know much about Mass Effect 1. And anything you do need to know, they will fill you in pretty well in Mass Effect 2. I think Mass Effect, if you want to play it, it's grand. But overall, you do not need to play Mass Effect 1. And I think Mass Effect 2 just does everything so much better.
Even sticking to the main story in Mass Effect 1 would be fine, because it gives you that sense of story. But even because you can carry it over into 2. So it gives you that kind of scale of what's happening. And
I'm just 2 ends up being quite a self-sustained story, or self-contained story. Sorry, because obviously it's kind of the Reapers kind of take a backseat till more or less towards the very end, kind of like they're doing this actually. But the Reaper threat kind of doesn't come into it towards the very end of the game.
If you play 1, it gives you more interaction with the characters, and it gives you allows you to build.
But I also feel like some of the new they make Garrus so much better in 2, but I also feel like a lot of the new characters introduced in 2 are just overall so much better than the ones that are carried over from 1. I just when I was sitting playing Mass Effect 1, all I could think was, I wish I was playing Mass Effect 2 right now.
I feel like if you're going to go through and you want to play Mass Effect, like any of the series, then start with 1, because I mean, why wouldn't you start with the first one?
Yeah, it's not like it's an unpleasant experience.
Yeah, it is actually a good game, and the story is really well done, and the missions are pretty well done, and there is a decent amount of variety in the missions, like it's story wise. So,
yeah, I enjoyed this, replaying through this a lot more than I thought I would, because I actually replayed the Mass Effect trilogy not that long ago, like maybe a year ago. And I thought, I'm going to be bored stiffless. But actually going back and playing it again, I still just enjoyed it as much as I did the last time I replayed it. So I think, yes, I actually disagree with Nick. I think it's definitely worth going back and playing. But if I was to go back and play it again, I would play it on 360 instead. I wouldn't play it on the PC. I just think there was a reason that there was a 6-month wait for it to go to PC, and it didn't do it great. I think the Mass Effect experience is something that should be played on a 360. That's where it came from. That's where it should be played.
I enjoyed playing Mass Effect 1. It was a good game. It had issues, but whenever you go in with an open mind, it is a very good game at the end of the day. And and I feel like the game got better. Well, not the game, but the story I felt was actually quite good, and I enjoyed the twist about the Citadel. And I like killing Ashley off, and all those things make it made it really quite good, and meant that I actually finished it.
These look docile. Their minds are gone.
So there it is, ladies and gentlemen. That is our discussion on Mass Effect 1. I think we all generally had kind of a lot of the same opinions on a lot of things.
Yeah, well, I mean, it still is a good game.
It still is a good game. I just saw maybe it's just because I have played Mass Effect 2. The entire time I was thinking, I want to play Mass Effect 2 right now.
Well, they learnt. They learned from
They
it.
definitely did. I think I may just go play Mass Effect 2 now.
Well,
maybe Alex has it as his game.
Maybe.
That's
Brilliant segue, Ah Wai. Fantastic.
Let me tell you something. I do not have Mass Effect 2 as my game.
Yes. Before
That
we
felt
wrap
like
it up,
a very lazy choice.
were you considering it at one point?
No, I wasn't. You know what? I was sure it would be Hans's game. I was sure that's what Hans would do, and then
No.
and then it would be expected that the next person would pick the third one, and I would be like, oh well, looks like we're just the Mass Effect podcast.
Yeah, no.
So, before we wrap it up, we have one piece of business to attend to. Mr. Alex Proudfoot, what is our game for the
Well,
July
guys,
edition of
you know the
Game
way you love parkour.
Club? Oh, god damn it.
Oh no way!
Fuck you.
Let me just look this game up. There it is. 249.
Yeah.
It is not Mirror's Edge. Don't worry.
Oh wait,
Oh,
what?
thank God.
It is not, and it's not parkour.
I was gonna say, is it Mirror's Edge 2?
Oh, that would be one hell of a coup. But no, it's not. It's not Mirror's Edge. It is a psychological action thriller. Alan Wake.
Oh,
Okay.
I've played Alan Wake and I do not like that game.
But dude,
I really enjoyed Alan Wake.
Alan product placement Wake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like scary games.
Yeah,
It's not a scary game.
Well, yeah, I
It's
don't.
not
think-
scary, yeah.
I'm a spoil it, guys. It's not a scary game.
Yeah. Let me tell you
Scarily
right now.
bad. Oh!
Oh,
It's
fuck.
not scarily bad.
Throwing hot shade on other games.
We are going to have some arguments next month.
Yep. So
It's going to be Nick and Alex just screaming at each other for 30 minutes.
there it is, July 2016. Join us for the Alan Wake Game Club. So, from all of us,
I have to buy that fucking thing now.
Yeah.
it's pretty. I think I own it. I want to say I own it. Wrapping it up here, I say goodbye, Hans.
Bye, Nick.
I say goodbye, Alex.
Bye. Mirror's Edge next time.
And I say goodbye, IY.
Hashtag bye, Nick.
Hashtag. And that's it. Video Game Club back next month with Alan Wake. Thanks for listening. See you next
Hopefully.
time.